Welcome back. Commentary for you. I want to thank my sponsor, Steel Supplements. Link and discount code down in the description. You also know, and if you watch my video from Wednesday, best promotion they have with Webull, listened to the customers. All you have to do, click the link, open an account. They're going to give you free stock. If you deposit just $1, they are going to give you more free stocks. And then I did open up channel memberships. I mentioned yesterday, $1, $1.99 a month will get you access to some early videos and greatly support my channel, which I would appreciate that so many of you have done over the years. And here we are. Every year, I can make a video like this. Why Madden 24 is going to be the worst Madden yet. And I want to start by saying the reason I can so confidently say that is because Madden 23 was the worst Madden yet. And I want to talk about why that is and how we got here, because to me, a big part of the reason we got here is EA has become complacent. EA's biggest concern is making sure the NFL logo is on the box and they maintain the exclusive agreement they have with EA. Because that's the only thing that allows this game to be marketed. That's the only thing that allows a console gamer to want to pick up this product, is they know it's really their only option to turn on their console, buy a game, put in a disc, and play as an NFL team. And this has prevented EA from actually having to deal with any direct competition and therefore put out the worst product possible. And I think we can go back and look no further than day one patches to understand why. EA became so lazy that they became dependent on releasing the game they knew was not complete and then accepting the fact that it would be patched once the gamer bought it. Day one patches should have been a giant red flag, and to many they were. Now let's talk about before day one patches. What made this game so great? What actually gave it the legacy it has? It's us. It's the customer. It's the consumer. It's the people that used to stand in line for hours on a midnight release. Those gamers were built on franchise mode. They were built on the ideology of team building, coaching, owning an NFL franchise. For the longest time, this was really what most gamers did with Madden. Sure, you had people that played online. Sure, you had people that just went in and played for a game or two. But what they didn't have is what Madden features today. The Yard, Superstar KO. Those games didn't build Madden the way franchise mode did. Now, EA Sports has also gotten very comfortable with apologizing to its customer with make rights. And by that I mean the MUT gamer. So, when you're a MUT gamer and EA gives you something for free, and what they give you for free is broken, they simply resolve it by giving you more things for free. And I'm not going to sit here and talk bad about MUT gamers, because I really don't care. If you find enjoyment in this game, I'm happy for you. If you find a way to make money with this game, I'm even happier for you. Because this game, by all accounts, is terrible. It's been terrible. And as I've said, it's going to continue to be terrible. Because what EA has done now is carry that ideology of putting out a broken game, apologizing when the game breaks, and spoon-feeding the customer apologies in the form of make rights over to the franchise gamer. The person that built this franchise. The person that made this the go-to sports game. And the reason that they had to do this is because this year, franchise gamers saw their thousands and thousands of cumulative hours taken away. Their time, their effort, their energy gone. Because EA could not properly secure its data. And hundreds of people lost their entire franchise. This could have been because someone logged in when they shouldn't have. This could have been because the data was just going to be lost or corrupted. But there's no excuse for this. This goes back to the fact that EA promised a functional app for this game years ago, which, oh, by the way, is still yet to be seen. But EA knew this year was a bigger issue than any year before, and they had to find a way to make right with the franchise gamer like they never could before. They've sold us a subpar experience for years. Whether you look at team building, whether you look at drafting, whether you look at the user interface experience of just how the game looks, Ultimate Team gets all the attention, and franchise mode has gotten very little than a facelift. You really couldn't give the franchise gamer a make right the same way you could a Madden Ultimate Team gamer. I mean, let's be honest. What were you going to do? Give us an extra draft pick? Give us an extra roster spot? There was nothing that could be done. But this year, EA realized the challenge was too high. What they'd taken away from the gamers was too much. Let's put this into perspective. Let's say somehow you've overlooked the poor excuse for a product this game is. And every year, you faithfully shelled out $100+ to get the latest version of Madden, and you've done it with the pre-order bonuses. I don't know why you would do that, because for the most part, your pre-order bonuses were Madden Ultimate Team based, but let's say you were willing to overlook that just to play the game early. And oh, by the way, you had a group of friends that loved to do it too, so they did the same thing. Let's say there's 10 of you. So 10 of you spend $1,000 to get this game early so that you can go in and start your franchise early. And all of you sit there and devote hours to playing games, building teams, trading players, redoing contracts. And then one day, all of that is gone. Not just for you, but for everyone. What type of faith do you have in this company? What type of frustration do you have that it did not respect your time enough to back up your data properly? So their make right is now to give you half off the game. A half-hearted apology for a company that does half the work. So you mean to tell me that their make right to us is to give us the game for half off, which they do 3 weeks after release when sales aren't where they should be? When they realize that all the copies of the game they give away each year to people that don't even have social media influence within the NFL don't net the positive results they want in their game's ratings. Because I personally believe that they feel if they give enough free copies away, they'll get their user rating up, because who's going to complain about a free product? That's why everyone from pizza chains to skateboarders gets copies of this game to give away. It would be one thing if it was just the team. It would be one thing if it was just a couple NFL players, but it's everyone. Anyone with social media influence has the capacity to go to EA, get a handful of codes, and go shovel them around social media to give people copies of the game. Free play weekends extend for months on end. Trials that should only last 10 hours never cease. And now it's to the point where even the game isn't functioning the way it should. So when I sit here and tell you Madden 24 is going to be the worst, I can say that with such confidence because I know EA has learned nothing about the failures of Madden 20, 21, 22, 23. In fact, they've probably become more empowered with knowing the fact that the year they put John Madden's name on this game and were supposed to honor his legacy with the most polished game of all time, they instead delivered the most broken game of all time. And now they feel confident in knowing when they do that, all they have to do is go to the gamer they've insulted with this poor excuse for a football game and say, here's a coupon for 50% off, or here's a free couple packs for you to open. Don't worry about what we're doing with our game because we're making it right to you. EA, the make right isn't apologies, discounts, and packs. It's making a better product. And we all know the reason you haven't been doing that is because that's the hard road to take. It's a lot easier to print a coupon than it is to print a better game. And you haven't been able to print a better game for a long time. Even though everyone in this community has asked you, spelled out for you, given you wish list, we've done the hard work. We've told you what we want to see in a product. And let's be honest with ourselves. We're not asking for anything that other games haven't done. Madden hasn't done. EA head coach hasn't done. For some reason, the only person not getting it done is the people working in that building. They've hired countless people from our community that have went in and failed. Yes, I said it. Swami failed. Promises that don't get delivered. Games that resolve nothing except more broken promises. Hopefully, they get John Madden's name off this game. And sooner or later, hopefully the NFL pulls away from this poor excuse for a video game. No matter who sponsors it, this game is just bad, and the way this company treats the customer is even worse. Stop giving us make rights, give us a better product, or let the license go so a company that does care can come in here and show us what you couldn't for the last 10 years. An actual football game that simulates football. Love to know your thoughts on this, appreciate you watching it. You know when I can tell you next year will be the worst year, and mean it. And then know that I'll be able to back it up. How could I not be back in the week with more commentary?